Let's get right into it. Number 10. Your body is a ghost factory. Imagine the most ridiculous sci-fi movie plot. A secret government lab has figured out how to extract your exact physical data and replicate you as a perfect, ghostly copy. That's not just a plot, it's something your body is doing right now. Every 7 to 10 years, every single cell in your body, from your skin to your liver, is replaced. Think about that for a second. The person watching this video right now isn't the same person who started it a decade ago. Your very atoms have been swapped out for new ones. You are a biological ghost, a ship of Theseus constantly being rebuilt brick by brick. Your memories, your thoughts, your consciousness, that's the only thing that's been passed on. Everything else is a new part, a fresh coat of paint on a very old car. It's like you're an ongoing photocopy, a reprint of a reprint. This explains why scars fade and why you don't look like a completely different person every 7 years. The old instructions are being followed to the letter, but the materials are brand new. The only part of you that's truly permanent is the memory you have of your own past, which is kind of beautiful and also kind of terrifying. You are, in a very real and unsettling way, a completely new person every decade. Number 9. You have a third eye. No, you didn't accidentally stumble into a hippie commune's YouTube channel. I'm talking about your pineal gland, a tiny, rice-sized organ tucked deep inside your brain. It's got an interesting past. Descartes, a guy with a great beard and even better philosophical ideas, called it the seat of the soul and believed it was the connection between our minds and bodies. But the really creepy part is its biological function. For some animals, like the tuatara lizard, this gland actually has a lens, a retina, and nerve connections, just like a third eye. It can even see. In humans, it lost the eye part but kept the function, detecting light and regulating our sleep cycle. It's literally a vestigial eye, tucked away in the center of your head, sensing the sun and moon and telling your body when it's time to wake up and when it's time to go to bed. So the next time you feel a little tired or a little too awake, just remember it's because you have a hidden, shrunken eye-like organ buried deep in your skull, judging you. Number 8. You can't feel your heart. Imagine a world where you could feel every single beat of your own heart. Not in a metaphorical, my heart is pounding with excitement kind of way, but a literal physical sensation of that muscle contracting and relaxing 70 times a minute. It would drive you insane. Our brains are absolute masters of sensory filtering, and a big part of that job is to make sure you don't feel every microscopic twitch and every internal process. It's called interoception, and it's the sense of the internal state of your body. Our brains basically decide what's important and what's not. Feeling your stomach growl? That's important. You need to eat. Feeling your heartbeat? Not so much. That's a constant, and if your brain didn't filter it out, it would be all you could focus on. You would become obsessed, listening to every beat, every skipped beat, every subtle change. Your entire world would shrink down to the drum solo happening inside your chest. It's a terrifying thought, but it's the reason why when you put your hand on your chest, it feels weird. You're literally forcing yourself to feel something your brain has decided is not worth your attention. It's a testament to how good your brain is at its job, and also a little unsettling to think about all the things it's choosing to hide from you. Number 7. Your face is a battlefield. Every human face, no matter how clean, is home to a microscopic ecosystem of terrifying 8-legged creatures. They're called Dimmodex mites, and they're basically tiny translucent spiders that live in your pores. They spend their entire lives on your face, crawling around at night, mating and laying eggs. They have no anus, which means they hold on to their waste their entire lives until they die and decompose, releasing it all at once onto your face. You are literally a living terrarium for these creatures. Almost every adult has them. We usually get them from our parents when we're babies, and then they're just a permanent, microscopic part of our personal landscape. The good news is they're completely harmless, and most of the time we don't even know they're there. The bad news? Well, they're there, right now. You could be washing your face, putting on moisturizer, or just going about your day, and these little guys are having a party. They're too small to see with the naked eye, but they're there, crawling around, living their best mite lives on your forehead, your nose, and your cheeks. They're a quiet, eight-legged reminder that no matter how much you scrub, you're never truly alone. Number 6. You might be your own twin. What if I told you that the person you think you are isn't genetically unique? That you might be your own fraternal twin? It sounds like something out of a low-budget sci-fi movie, but it's a real, albeit rare, phenomenon called genetic chimerism. It's a bit like a cosmic roommate situation gone wrong. It happens when two different fertilized eggs fuse together in the womb, creating a single person with two completely distinct sets of DNA. You literally absorb your potential twin. This means your body is a patchwork of two different genetic blueprints. This can lead to some truly bizarre and unsettling results. A person can have two different blood types, patches of different colored hair on their head, or even eyes that are two different colors. The most mind-bending part is what happens when these individuals have children. A woman was once almost accused of kidnapping her own kids because DNA tests showed she wasn't their biological mother. She was, but her reproductive organs were created from her twin's DNA. Her eggs were genetically distinct from the rest of her body. You are not a single unified being. You are a genetic fusion, a walking, talking experiment in biological cohabitation. It's a quiet, invisible truth that your body is a living mosaic, a monument to a twin who almost was. Number 5. Your brain's ghost limbs. Imagine losing an arm and still being able to feel it. Not just a faint memory, but a sharp, physical sensation. You feel the hand clenching, the fingers itching, and you can't scratch it. This is the horrifying reality of phantom limb syndrome, where your brain refuses to accept that a part of you is gone. It's a glitch in the system, a ghost in the machine. Your brain has a perfect, detailed map of your body, and when a piece of the map goes missing, the brain doesn't just update the GPS. It throws a tantrum. It keeps sending out signals to a limb that isn't there and gets no response. It's like a phone ringing on the other side of a severed wire. The brain gets confused and starts to rewire itself in a bizarre way. For some people, the part of the brain that used to receive signals from the missing arm gets taken over by the part that processes the face. This means that when you touch your cheek, you might feel a corresponding tingle or twitch in your missing hand. Your brain is so attached to the idea of a complete body, it's willing to hallucinate the limb just to make sense of the map. It's a testament to how stubborn and unrational our brains can be. It's a constant, visceral reminder that your perception of your body is just a construction, and a fragile one at that. Number 4. Your brain is a psychic. You think you're experiencing the world in real time, but your brain is actually a half step ahead, constantly guessing what's going to happen next. It's a psychic fortune teller, and it's almost always right. Your brain isn't just a passive receiver of information. It's a predictive engine, and its main job is to create a plausible future for you a few milliseconds before it actually happens. This is why you can catch a cup that's falling off the table before you consciously register it. Your brain saw the motion, predicted the outcome, and sent the signal to your arm to act before you even had a chance to think about it. It's what allows you to drive a car and process the road ahead without crashing into things. It's also why jump scares are so effective. Your brain creates a smooth, predictable narrative, like a quiet room or a slow walk down a dark hallway. Then, when the monster suddenly appears, it completely violates the brain's prediction, causing a tiny internal panic attack. Your brain has to slam on the brakes, delete its pre-packaged future, and scream, "Wrong." It's a shocking, unsettling feeling because it reminds you that your perception of reality isn't a direct feed from the world, but an educated guess. It's living proof that your brain is constantly running simulations of the future in your honor. And when those simulations go wrong, you get to experience the pure, unadulterated shock of reality. Number 3, you are a meat puppet. You think you're in control of your cravings? Think again. You might be a biological puppet, and the strings are being pulled by trillions of tiny, self-interested creatures living inside your gut. We're talking about the human microbiome, a bustling, microscopic city of bacteria, fungi, and other organisms that outnumber your own cells 10 to 1. For a long time, we thought they were just there to help with digestion. Turns out they have their own agenda, and they're not afraid to influence you to get what they want. It's called the gut-brain axis, and it's a highway of communication between your intestines and your brain. The bacteria in your gut can send signals that influence your mood, stress levels, and, most importantly, your food cravings. If you have a colony of bacteria that thrives on sugar, they'll send signals that make you crave a donut. If you have a colony that prefers fiber, they'll send signals that make a salad sound good. This isn't just a metaphor. Studies have shown that we can feel more anxious or depressed when our gut bacteria are out of whack. So the next time you get an overwhelming craving for a certain food, ask yourself, is this really me? Or am I just responding to the demands of my tiny, delicious, food-loving overlords? Your body is a biological battleground, and your cravings are just the political propaganda of whoever is winning. Number 2, your memories are fake news. You probably think your memories are like a perfectly organized, searchable folder on your computer's hard drive. You just click on a file, and the event plays back exactly as it happened. That's a beautiful lie, your brain tells you. The truth is much more unsettling. Every single time you recall a memory, your brain actively reconstructs it from fragments, and in the process, it changes it just a little bit. Your memories are not retrieved. They are rebuilt. Think of it like a game of telephone with yourself. Every time you remember that one funny story from your high school days, you're adding new details, removing boring ones, and making the punchline a little more perfect. The very act of remembering makes the memory more malleable and vulnerable to change. This is why it's so easy to implant false memories in people, or why two people can remember the same event in two wildly different ways. Your brain is a master of narrative, and it's more interested in telling a good story than a factual one. That crystal-clear memory of your first kiss, or the time you saw that celebrity? Your brain has likely photoshopped it to be a little more dramatic, a little more cinematic, and a lot less accurate. The past isn't a fixed movie. It's a living document that your brain is constantly editing. Number 1, you are a walking star. We are taught that our bodies are made of flesh and bone, but that's just a surface-level description. At the atomic level, you are something far more incredible and far more terrifyingly ancient. The hydrogen in your body was created in the Big Bang, a cosmic event that happened over 13 billion years ago. But the heavier elements, the carbon, the oxygen, the iron in your blood, those were forged in the hearts of dying stars. A star, a massive ball of gas and fire, lived for millions of years, cooking up all the elements of the periodic table in its core. When it ran out of fuel, it exploded in a magnificent supernova, scattering its star stuff across the cosmos. Those elements, those atoms, floated through the cold vacuum of space for billions of years until they coalesced into a nebula, which eventually became our solar system, our planet, and you. Every atom in your body has been on an impossible journey through time and space. You are, in the most literal sense, a temporary walking collection of ancient cosmic debris. Your hand is a million-year-old cosmic monument, and your heart is a nuclear fusion reactor in disguise. Your existence is a brief, beautiful, and utterly bizarre cosmic miracle, a collection of stardust that got together for a little while to feel things and watch videos on the internet. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.